What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the second episode of Monster Girl Doctor. This one's titled The Mermaid of the Waterways, and as I think we assumed from last episode, we're going to be dealing with mermaids. So, we're actually back in the actual airing slot that it's meant to be in, and we'll be continuing weekly from now on. They had an early screening of the first episode that was not only off in day, but was also a week earlier than when it should have started in the first place, so now we're back to regular weekly uploads for this show, at least. It slots quite in with the rest of the season, so yay. I mean, it's nice to have an early screening. I'll never complain about an early screening, but yeah, it makes the break between episode 1 and episode 2 a little longer, which I'm not as huge a fan of, but whatever. Last time we met our main characters. This show is basically a spiritual successor to Monster Musume, except it's coming from a medical standpoint. At least, it's not really coming from a medical standpoint. It's impersonating medical standpoints just to justify some of the lewd situations that our characters get into. Let's be real here. Like, if you want actual medical-based anime, go watch Cells at Work, or the upcoming Cells at Work Season 2, or the Cells at Work Black, which is also getting an adaptation, which I believe they're both airing at the same time in January 2021. I think I'm correct in saying, because of the delays, both Cells at Work projects come out the same season. Unless they're going to push one back even further. I don't know, but we've got 2 Cells at Work projects coming, and I'm super excited. Anyway, tangent over. Last time we met our main character Glenn, the Doctor, his assistant Safi, as well as our main centaur that we were dealing with, Sifia. Yes, Sifia? Tasalia Sifia? I think so. She was head of a company. She was struggling with her performance in this tournament that they were doing, like a fighting tournament. I think she was going up against a Neko at some point. We had Kay and Lorna, who approached Glenn about the issues they're having. Realistically, he couldn't find anything wrong with her. She was perfectly healthy. However, one thing we soon realized is that she didn't have any horseshoes on, so she was off balance. So, like, her natural balance was just slightly off, and as a result, she was kind of a little unsteady, and that's why she was on a bit of a losing streak. So, what's the term for doing that? When you fit a horseshoe, what is that called? There's a term for that, right? Fitting of horseshoes. What was it called? Shoeing. Shoeing is when you do it properly. Yeah, it's called shoeing. That makes much more sense. So yeah, she was shoed. She had her shoeing done. Terminology is weird sometimes. And yeah, she went back to her winning ways, and she was very grateful for the Doctor. And the Lamia assistant was, of course, jealous, as expected, and was drinking a lot, I think, by the end there. And then we got alluded to Mermaid Girl, who we're going to be meeting this time. And we had some other figures up top. I think one of them, it was either the Cyclops or the Flesh Golem that was up top on the bridge with another character. I think it may have even been the Dragon Girl that we, I think it might have been the Dragon Girl that we dealt with as well. Was it Dragon and Flesh Golem? Something like that, but they were up on the bridge when she surfaced. She seemed to be, was she coughing at the end of it? I think she was coughing at the end of it, so implying that she was somewhat sickly. So, yeah, I guess we're going to find out how we meet ourselves a mermaid girl, which is going to be great. I haven't seen a mermaid in a fair while. I've read a recent mermaid story, which was pretty good, but yeah, I'm excited for more mermaids. It's just funny how that sort of thing coincided. Anyway, as per usual, these are timer-based reactions. Bottom left of the screen, you're going to see the timer for the episode. I'll count us down 3, 2, 1, play. And then on play, I start the footage, you start the footage, we're in sync. If you're watching the official Chronimation, Jesus Christ, I've blended them together. Crunchyroll version. Christ, that was the worst one I've ever done. Crunchyroll. That's the version that I'm watching. Will be perfectly in sync. If you don't have the Crunchyroll subscription, just wait a week. It becomes available for free for all users, so come back next week when the next episode airs, and you can watch a week behind for absolutely free. I think you have to have an account on Crunchyroll, but that's just an email, so you don't have to pay or put a card in or anything, so that's great. Anyway, with all that said, let's get into this episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, we're getting backstory on Sephi, I guess. Oh, and this is... Okay. So she came into the family. I like his hair. A hostage? Ah, okay. Ah, I see. So... Right, I see. So follow the contract or we'll... Yeah. That makes sense. And so you would be taken back. But you wanted to be there and he wanted you there as well. Oh, poor Glenn. Anything said? Is he gonna... He's chasing after her. Oh. And they would meet again. Mm-hmm. And that's why he went into this. Oh. That's a very cute story. Oh, we're running low. Probably. And of course he knew. I like that nice little building of backstory. Did we get this OP last time? Not certain. I think we did. I can't remember. There's mermaids, there's harpy, there's cyclops, there's flesh golem. Spider girl, okay, that's what you're meant to be. Got it. I now know her. She was a spider. So yeah, we definitely haven't done this before. Oh, we're getting little name cards for all of them as well. What was that? Lou something? Lily Runai, is that? Assassin Flesh Golem, okay. Was that Meme? Kfuli? Oh, it's Octopus. And that's our Dragon Girl. Okay, so we got Spider and we got an Octopus as well in this, but... Yeah, okay. Okay. Mermaid of the Waterways. Oh. Makes sense. Uh-huh, okay. For this career, I suppose. And that's why she needs the sunblock. Makes sense, alright. Actually putting care into these characters. I like it. Yes, it's like a date, isn't it? Alright. Oh, okay. Mermaids are used to... Okay. That's pretty clever. Very cool. I'm guessing this is meant to be based on, like, Venice or something? The Merrow Waterways. Oh, damn. You looking good. Except for your face. Sorry. Overruled. Dude looking good. Wow, there's a lot of them. Naturally, yes. Is that a seal wearing girl? Pretty impressive. Okay. Ah, Skadi, that's the dragon girl, okay. Makes sense that the dragon will be high up in government. Seal girl. And this is our regular vendor. Alright. Alright. You weren't going to be able to stop her. It's not like you're in a rush to get home. Spend some time with her. Wow. Oh, here we go. Be prepared to lose your entire wallet. You gotta set your girl on a budget, man. Otherwise you're gonna lose everything. Aha, okay, I only bought the one thing. Okay. Oh. Dude didn't even blush. Wow, okay. I'm surprised. Normally the protagonist would blush then, but okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. I can certainly imagine. Hmm. Spoil sport. He's gonna be called out here anyway, I bet. Alright, this is R1, okay. Hmm. And this is how she hooks you. Sure. Yeah. You're not gonna convince her. Good looking? Lulala. Okay. Yourself. Okay. I mean, technically I was right, but... technically I was correct. Hmm. Okay. uh... wow. It started something. I wonder how much of this is made up. How is that a blessing? Yeah. Sure. I have doubts. Is he gonna pay for her? Now that's a nice gesture. Alright. Hmm. Oh. Aha, okay. And what's the flesh golem? Okay. Um, why? Why are you wanting to examine? Do you notice something wrong here? Do you notice something wrong, Glenn, for some reason? He must have noticed something wrong when he was staring at her. Oh. Okay. Yeah. I did not expect an insert song like this. Yeah. And that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Difficulties breathing. He must have noticed something immediately. Or it's just happy coincidence. Alright. Jesus. Loud waterfall. Oh, it's from a dam, okay. Hmm. Alright. That's a lie. You don't need money for this. Mm-hmm. What do we see? Inflammation, okay. Not like that. Irregularity in breathing? No, okay. Right, yes, because different forms of breathing. Wow. That's a good question. Let me guess the sensitive. She's gonna make noises as soon as I touched. Yeah, I bet. Oh, okay. Jesus. Jesus, the imagery. It's so obvious what they're doing, but still. Okay. Jesus Christ, that's a shot. Without context, that will look incredibly bad. Jesus. Both? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Which means? Must be. Aha. So she's not spending enough time in water. Is that the problem? Hmm. Yeah. Right, yes. Right. Mm-hmm. Trying to make a living. Oof. Right. And yeah, completely straining it. Mm-hmm. But you need to rest before you do that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there were people there. Okay, they were relevant. Well, this is Lula's time to shine, right? Yep. Although, with inflamed gills. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she pops. Yep. Nice. CPR, yep. Kid's drowning. Oh, no, she's... Oh, she's passed out. Oh, boy, she just passed out, didn't she? Very nice. Okay. He should be coughing up a bit more water than just that, though, just to be honest. And now we notice she's gone. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, shit, he jumping in. Alright. Alright. Screw the gondola, we're going in. Really? Okay. I see. So that's why her throat was in flames. I see. So her lungs are filled with water. Mm-hmm. This music, by the way, for the background, pretty good. What are you gonna do? Underwater CPR? Yes. I have no idea how this is done, but that is a thing, right? Underwater CPR. There we go. Alright. Of course, now you have the problem of you can't breathe. Hey. Thank you, Safi. Nice. That's the type of guy he is. And another member comes into the harem. And she's singing at the concert hall. There's a spider girl there, I see her. Ah. So not at a concert hall. It's an open, like, auditorium sort of thing. Very nice. This show's got some pretty damn good music considering what show it is. Alright. Yep, she's got her regular performance gig now. Embarrassed. Moisturizer, yep. Cough drops as well. Helps. Yeah. Very much so. It's refreshing to have Glenn, because he's not clueless about what's happening. And off she goes. It really doesn't. He's not completely clueless, but he's still that little bit clueless. But he's the right blend of clueless, to me. I really like they added this backstory element for why these two are together and why they have a strong connection. Like, it was a small intro bit, it was kind of subtle. Well, it wasn't subtle because it was shown right in our face, but it's not the greatest amount. What happens there? Is there more to their backstory than just that, I wonder? Coming back into her life, yeah. Honestly, this show has really good music. The insert music for her song, her actual singing, the background music for the action bits, OP and ED are pretty good. Like, this ED is pretty nice. It's genuinely quite a good show. Alright, anything after? Just a little preview. The flesh golem who hates doctors. Okay. And we know she, based on that as well, she's proficient with a blade. Probably assassin-type character. Probably a rogue, I guess. Seems to have a connection to the dragon, who we now know is quite high up in the government. And I think if I remember reading that correctly, she's... Hang on, there we go. Let's see. Substantial budget was used to create these waterways and limb-worms. Creating the most optimal and comfortable place for all races to live. Yeah. Limworm City Council representative Lady Scardy, known as Lady Draconess. Draconess or Draconus? I'm not sure which one. Yeah, so it was her guidance and her leadership that essentially allows this monster civilization to be able to live in comfort, because there are a lot of challenges. Like, humans are very picky about how we live and things like that. But then you start adding monsters with different issues, especially when you have water-based monsters as well. It's like, okay, you have a lot of different problems that you need to figure out with housing, with the economy, like what sort of jobs are they suited for? Like centaurs we saw as like delivery and in the travel industry. Mermaids also seem to be very good at the travel industry, at least the physically strong ones that can pull the boats through the waterway districts. Having a waterway district like this, which I guess is inspired by Venice. I am getting that right. Is Venice in Italy the sunken? Yes, Venice. There we go. For some reason, I thought it might be something else, but I'm like, no, Venice is the one that is the sunken one. But yeah, this is actually a well thought out show. Like, it's clear what they want to do with it, and it's clear how they pick certain scenes to represent certain things, especially with the gill examination. Everyone knows exactly what that was meant to represent, right? I think we're all clear what that was meant to represent. And they went a little overboard with it. I'll be honest, they went a little over. But they're doing it in a thoughtful way that they can justify it. Like, they're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. It's not like Peter Grill this season, which is just like, oh, we have the world's strongest man, but we're just going to have him be sexually assaulted by all these monster women just for the sake of having these sex scenes. No, this one actually tries to justify it with the medical problems, the sake of examination, building up the character relations, building up backstories, and it's like, this is putting so much more thought into why these compromising and lewd situations even exist in the first place. And I respect it for that, at least. And this very much is the spiritual successor to Monster Musume, as far as I'm concerned now. Like, we didn't get a second season of Monster Musume, did we? I don't think we did anyway. This might as well be it, for the most part. Yes, it's not the same girls, but for the most part, it is very much in the same vein. Similar character types, just with slight differences between them. I'm surprised we didn't get more, like, because Monster Musume is still ongoing, right? Like, that manga's still going after, like, 8 years. I'm surprised it didn't get a second season. Like, I feel like it's one of those shows that would have been very, very popular. At least in Japan. I don't know. Anyway, that was a good episode. Very much enjoyed that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I can't wait for next week's episode. There's no risk of this ever entering the drop list. Like, the art is... Okay, if I have to be negative, which studio was doing this again? This was Studio Arvo, who did Bokuben 1 and 2. Now, I will say this about Bokuben. The animation quality is quite clearly worse than Bokuben. I think we're all agreed on that. It clearly is worse, but even then, it's very crisp. Like, that's what I've noticed. Like, when I see certain characters, like, on screen, their outlines are very well defined. Like, it's a very, very well-defined border around every part of their body. Like, even the scene I'm looking at now at 5:30 in, where they're waiting to talk to the seller of the supplies, like the purified water, the vinegar, and whatever. Like, even here, you can just see the lines are very, very crisp and well drawn. Like, especially on a background shot, it certainly looks like it looks like you can very much tell when the backgrounds are drawn and have like a... It almost looks like they have like a softening filter on them, almost. But then when you have a look at the characters, the lines around them are very sharp compared to the rest of the background. I don't know what the technical terminology for that is. Or if there is a technical terminology, or if it's just bad drawing, I don't know. But the characters are so much more... And the people are so much more crisp than the backgrounds. Anyone who actually knows anything about Japanese animation will be able to tell me exactly why that works. I think I know why it works is because the backgrounds were drawn and then you add characters in where necessary, and they're added in after the backgrounds. But still, just pointing that out. Or unless they're CG. But why would you have CG for still frames? And yet, interestingly here, at 6:35, when they're going through their shopping montage, Safe is drawn seemingly in line with all the background, but then every other character, including Glenn, you've got the seller, Glenn, another seller who's sitting cross-legged, 2 more people on a boat traveling, and the legs of some guy also selling up here. all of them have very, very sharp, well-defined lines, except for Safe for some reason, which would imply to me that Safe was actually drawn into this background from the get-go, and then every other character was added after the fact. At least that's what I'm guessing from it. Obviously, I don't actually know because I never worked on this project. I'm never going to work on an anime project. The most I'll ever do for an anime project is maybe learn how to write script or light novel or manga-based format. That's the most I'll ever venture into it, because I enjoy writing. Like, I don't think that's a very common thing people know about me. Like, I like to write. Like, I like to write out story. Always have since school. Like, I was doing... This is going to mean nothing for almost 90% of you, but back in school during year... When was it? It might have been like year 8 or year 9 of school. This was back in our old school building, so it must have been year 8 or 9 before we moved into the new building for GCSEs. But it was like pre-GCSEs, before you had like A's and B's and C's and all that. You worked to levels. Like, level 8 was like the maximum you could hit, but only certain subjects had level 8. They went up to 7, but certain subjects had like a level 8 for the levels, and they equated to like GCSEs in some very rough way. Like, I think like a level 8 is meant to be like a B or something in GCSE. But yeah, I was approached by my English teacher at the time. I can't remember her name for the life of me, but I can picture her. Quite short but large woman. What was her name? I'm never gonna remember her name, unfortunately. There are very few teachers I remember the name of. But she approached me and asked me if like writing was something I genuinely wanted to pursue further in life. And I was like, no, not really. But she was like, well, you have a real knack for it, and you're performing at a very, very high level, and you understand a lot of the things that are going on in my class. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to pursue it as a career in any way. But I just enjoyed writing, and recently, more specifically in the past like 6 months, I've definitely gotten more into writing. Yeah, so I don't know. Weird tangent I went off there, but oh well. It's just a little bit about me. Why not? Add a bit more of myself into these anime reactions. Why not? Instead of just talking about the show. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'm enjoying the show a lot. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look bad. The music in it is pretty damn good, actually, all things considered. The plot is interesting, in every sense of the word, of course. And, yeah, it's just enjoyable. Like, it's not mega funny, but it's entertaining and funny at times, which I think is a compliment to it. So leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, as per usual. Leave a comment what you thought. If you want to have a bit more in-depth discussion about the show, I do have a Discord channel. The link is in the description. Much easier to have a back and forth conversation now, I find, and have like talks about what's happening with the channel, future projects, things like that. Is much easier to do, and in the worst case scenario, it's also the best way to get in contact with you guys for immediate stuff. And yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the summer 2020 reactions you can find on my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.